Can we film the kitchen?
Huh? Oh man, it's a mess out here, but yeah.
What kind of honey do you think he's trying to give you, horse? Huh?
Algerian.
Oh, I like this room. This is the office.
Yeah, that's the office. And no one has access to the water unless you go behind. This fool right here come with this gallon tank. And he's like filling up his.
He just took this thing out of the gym and put it here so I don't drink.
Oh my goodness.
Can you
Tony.
imagine? And he's saying that if you drink, get me new. You pay for my water. Can you imagine?
Hey, $127. $127 with the rental. Yeah.
Nothing's free, horse. Nothing's free,
$5,
brother.
Nothing is free. This is America, baby. This is America. You did 50 cents to the government, bro.
Tony,
Yes, my man.
what do we call this lovely gym?
Downtown LA Fight Club. So the short for it is DTLA Fight Club. Here you go.
Thank you, Coach.
I do everything in here. I'm a father, I'm a healer, I'm a doctor.
I love it.
I'm a trainer. We do everything.
And for the record, horse can't have corona because horse has already had corona. Is that right?
Exactly, yes.
So you're immune to all diseases.
Exactly.
With the Algerian honey. And lemon. No kidding.
This thing? What's this? This water?
This is hot warm water. Okay.
We get some better lighting.
He's
for Tony.
recording.
There we
he's
go.
recording.
Here we go.
So you put warm water with raw honey and lemon. But best way to do it also is to smash some garlic
Your mother never made this for you, horse?
No, brother.
and olive oil.
With
too.
tea.
You need
We
it.
do with tea back home.
Cinnamon is good too sometimes, right?
Cinnamon, yes, that's right. Yeah, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, turmeric, all that stuff is really good for you.
So Tony,
Tell me.
when did we open this beautiful place up, brother?
We are legit, like legit. We opened up in 2019,
Yeah.
October 2019, but yeah, 2019.
Yeah. And why are you doing this? Obviously, you have a background in fighting.
Correct. Yeah.
I've seen you coaching, you know, meatheads like this at my shows. Doing a great job with him, and
Thank
you also helped Dennis Kovalev at one of
Correct.
the shows
Yeah.
as well.
Dennis.
So kind of tell me, you know, what got you into this whole thing? I mean, I know you have a background in fighting. Kind of tell me a little bit
Correct.
about that.
Well, I have a heavy background. First of all, I started with martial arts.
Yeah.
My father put me in Taekwondo when I was a kid. I was great at Taekwondo, but the only problem is you couldn't punch. So the style that I opted was a WTF, which is the Olympic style, and you get out punched in the face. And I ended up being disqualified in my first competition for knocking somebody out with a punch.
Did they tell you WTF when you knocked the person out? Because you know what WTF is in English, right?
Yeah, what the fuck? Now WTF is a different federation.
Gotcha.
There's two, IKF or WTF.
Yeah.
So WTF is World Taekwondo Federation. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And IKF is a military old school system, like more traditional Korean, where you can punch, you can swipe, swipe, whatever. So yeah. Yeah. Man, the camera is a little too close. You gotta get all of my black
Oh,
heads.
you look great, man. You look great. You look great.
You swipe on iPhone, let it.
You said what?
You swipe on iPhone.
Swipe, yeah. On Tinder too. Oh, he's like, oh, question. Yeah.
So you know, you did the WTF.
Yeah, I started as a kid, WTF, I tried competing, knocked some guy out. I was probably 10 years old, not knock him out, but hurt somebody, with the fist. I got disqualified, and I was a kid, I cried, and I wanted more contact. So I switched to French boxing, which is a savate sport. And the same thing, you can punch, you can kick, it's a very technical sport, but you can't strike and knock people out. It was a technical sports back in the day when I started.
I see.
So came later on, around 13, 15 years old, I switched to regular kickboxing. That's where I started becoming a teenager, a lot of aggression, and that's where I started making a name for myself.
Was this in France?
In France, correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
In Paris. So from kickboxing, I accumulated like 3 national titles
Wow.
in France. Then unfortunately, I got struck by a car at 21. Yeah, twisted my knee, dislocated my knee, and ended up retiring from kickboxing. 2 years later, I made a comeback in boxing in the United States.
Yeah.
So I fought professionally in boxing here in the United States and retired in 2017.
Very cool. How many boxing and kickboxing fights would you say you had?
58 in kickboxing.
Wow.
26 or 27 in boxing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A couple of my titles are right here. Well, you can see here some trophies.
Yeah.
And a couple belts in the gym, in the studio.
Yeah, I did see some belts. I saw a great picture of you there too, man.
Which one?
That was you on the wall with the big
father?
hair.
Huh?
What? Oh, that's your father.
Which one? The one with the curly hair?
Yeah,
The
that's
curly hair is my dad.
Oh, God, it looked just like you, dude. I was like, is this Tony?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
So now you've decided, to dedicate yourself to training fighters.
Yeah, I mean, when you become a coach, the cool thing about it is when you go in the ring and you prepare a fighter, you transfer all the knowledge that you have and all the mistakes that you've done. You try to avoid them with your fighters and try to bring the best out of them and continue a legacy. So when you go in the fight with your fighter, it's like you having the same sensation as a fighter because you're living the fight with your fighter. You the eye, and like I say, I always make this comparison, which is like Pinocchio and the
and pulling the strings. You're kind of pulling the strings.
Correct. Right. So that's the beauty of being a coach. And don't get me wrong, you can be a tremendous fighter, but you can never be a great coach. It's either one.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to be great at both. You see some, like for example, Diego Maradona was one of the greatest soccer players. I'm sorry to say that. He is the best soccer player in the world.
Yeah.
He's a shitty trainer. We all know that.
So speaking of soccer,
yeah,
you come from France.
Uh-huh.
Soccer's popular out there.
Uh-huh.
I thought, because of your background being North African, I'm surprised you said Maradona. You didn't say Zidane or something like that.
Zidane is a great coach and a great manager. We're not gonna talk shit about my people.
So I mean, that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. There's so many. Fighters in France of Arab or North African descent.
Yeah.
I mean, why do they flock so heavily towards combat sports?
What do they flock?
Yeah, like a lot of them do the combat sports. I see a lot of, for example, the kickboxers.
Yes.
Badr Hari, Ben Sadiq, all these guys. And I see a lot of Moroccans and Algerians and people from North Africa. They want to compete. Now you've got Othman Zaitar in UFC, and so I just want to know, what's kind of making these guys gravitate towards combat sports as opposed to maybe another sport. It seems very popular in the culture.
Yeah, it is very popular. Well, here's the deal. I'm gonna speak for myself. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, born in the 80s, growing up in the 90s, we had a huge influence with Jean-Claude Van Damme. One of the most famous movies was The Kickboxer.
Yeah.
So that already, put everything in perspective. Yeah. You start off, coming from North Africa, being an immigrant in France. So we technically, if we give like the proper example, with the Mexican of Paris.
Right.
The Mexican in Los Angeles, the Algerian community, especially Algerian, not Moroccan or Tunisian, because of the conflict we had, France colonized Algeria for over 130 years, and Algeria get their independence, recently in 1962. So there's a lot of tension, a lot of hate, and this create like a very, hostile atmosphere, and Algerians is just, you know, like a proud, you know, people and full of great heart, but full of energy and full of strength. So they born. I qualify my people. I don't qualify them. I just think we are descendants of warriors because we went through so many wars historically. So we just have this natural ability to fight.
Yeah, like I heard something like 1 million Algerians died.
2 million.
Wow, 2 million.
Have been slaughtered by the French.
Wow, man. Wow.
And we never complain. We never say Algerian lives matter or nothing. We just work hard and stay quiet.
Yeah.
Just like the Mexicans.
For sure. So Tony, now you've got this place open. You've got a couple fighters. I'm sure you also do like fitness classes here too,
Correct.
though, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to pigeonhole you only as a coach.
No, at this moment during the pandemic, we are closed for the classes.
Yeah.
We only focus on one-on-one training, of course, following the CDC guidelines concerning the COVID-19. So people, you know, have to check the temperature, get clearance from the doctor, and sign a liability for the one-on-one training. So Haas already had his COVID. So now he's aiming against it. But yeah, so we focus on personal training. We do the fitness part, one-on-one training. We help people, you know, lose weight. We help people, you know, learning self-defense, boxing, and kickboxing. I specialize in those 3 disciplines: strength training, boxing, and kickboxing.
Okay, and you look in hella shape for somebody born in the 80s, brother.
You just give my age.
How old are you now? You told me you were born in the 80s. How old are you now? Tell
35.
me. You got. Oh, okay.
35,
okay.
yeah.
You can still fight if you wanted to.
I can still whip some ass. He can tell you so.
Well, maybe we'll see you at one of the FightersRep cards that
Host approves.
Close up. Hey, I appreciate you giving me this interview and giving me access to your beautiful gym. You know, we'll be getting some more footage before we leave here today. Anything you want to say before I let you go?
Yeah, well, we just hope, you know, this whole pandemic is gonna be over soon. We're gonna, you know, enter a new year, 2021, in healthy for everyone, and hopefully a good president. Because I think it's voting season, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's an election. I don't know how you said that.
Inshallah, inshallah, good
Inshallah.
president, right?
Exactly.
Yes, sir, for sure. Appreciate you, Tony. Thank you.